So we have a new development. The federal government freezes the application process for prospective students. It now requires extensive background checks on social media. The confrontation moves up a level. What do you make of it?
What I think is happening is that the Trump administration is looking for every possible tool it can find to pressure Harvard, to hurt Harvard, to try to convince Harvard to give in to the government's ideological and political demands. And so the administration first thought of cutting federal funding. When that hasn't worked, the administration has also turned to legal investigations and threats. And now they've threatened to take away Harvard's right to have international students on campus. And so it's all part of the same campaign, looking for all the different pressure points they can find to try to get Harvard to surrender.
How does this crisis affect the daily functioning at the campus? Does it cause disruption, for instance, in faculty work, research, etc.?
So the cutoff of the funding has certainly affected faculty members who rely on federal money for their research. I'm at the law school where almost all law professors don't rely in any way on federal funding. But scientists, professors doing medical research, scientific research, many of them have been affected. Many of them have lost their funding. The university has made available some new money to partially offset the loss of federal funds, but it hasn't been enough to completely cover. And then, of course, if international students become unable to go to Harvard, the whole university will suffer. International students are everywhere. I think they're around half or close to half of all of the graduate students in the university. And so we're all really going to feel the absence of international students if, in fact, they end up not being able to come.
In the worst case scenario, and we will come to this later, will Harvard have the funds to continue to operate without the funds from the federal administration?
It will. The federal funding makes up about 10% of Harvard's annual budget. So it's a substantial portion, but it's nothing close to the dominant portion. So, can Harvard succeed? Can Harvard survive with 90% of its former budget? I think it can, but it's going to be doing less research, producing less knowledge, doing less good work than it would otherwise be able to. So the loss of federal funding won't cripple Harvard. It won't end Harvard's operations, but it will cause Harvard to do less of the good work that it would otherwise be doing.
Professor Stefanopoulou, why is this going on? Why Trump picked a fight with Harvard?
I see this as part of the government's efforts to attack all power centers it sees across society that are hostile to it. And so the government is attacking liberal law firms, the government is attacking unions, the government is attacking blue states, and the government also sees universities as liberal, progressive power centers that are hostile to the administration. And so there's nothing specific about Harvard that explains why the administration is targeting Harvard. What's happening here is that the administration doesn't have the resources to attack all of the hundreds or thousands of universities in America. And so the administration has chosen one leading high-profile university to make an example with the idea that if Harvard surrenders, if Harvard loses this fight, what hope do other universities have with less money and fewer resources? So I think this is just part of the administration's general war on other power centers in American society.
And how is this going to play out for the university? Because there are plenty of legal battles ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think the important point here is that there's a clear political reason why the administration is doing this. Legally, this is all unconstitutional. It's all unlawful. There are many procedures in place. For example, before federal funding can be terminated. The administration didn't comply with any of those procedures. And the heart of the First Amendment in America is that the government can't punish people or organizations because of their political views. And it's pretty clear that political opposition is the reason that the administration is targeting Harvard. So Harvard has filed 2 lawsuits so far. One of those lawsuits already succeeded in freezing the termination of the international students. The other lawsuit is challenging the termination of federal funding. I expect both of those lawsuits to be successful, certainly initially, and then we'll see down the road what the U.S. Supreme Court ends up doing if the Supreme Court gets involved.
Given the controversy of many of the administration's policies, one would expect the mother of all fights between the administration and the opposition, the Democrats. Isn't it a bit weird that the political fight takes place between the White House and Harvard University? Where's the opposition in all this?
Yeah, certainly some Democrats have come out in support of Harvard. I've seen statements by the governor of Massachusetts, by several senators, all coming to Harvard's defense. But I agree. I think one of the lessons we've learned around the world when fighting authoritarian measures is that all of the targets need to stick together. They need to form a unified front of opposition. And so I wish that that more Democrats, more other organizations would all form a common defense with Harvard. That's one of the real secrets to successfully fighting authoritarian efforts like this one.
Thank you very much. Before we finish, do you think that the enrollment of Greek students is going to be disrupted this year?
Unfortunately, it very well could be, depending on what happens with the treatment of international students. And it's a real tragedy for the Greek students at Harvard.
Thank you very much, κύριε Στεφανόπουλε.